Transit concepts. Consignee. The person or company, to which the goods transported under the customs transit procedure are sent. Importer. Alternative proof. These are the documents requested by the destination customs office from the holder of the procedure, the haulage company, or the consignor, that the transit transportation has been duly completed in cases where it cannot be seen over the NCTS that the goods transported under the customs transit procedure have arrived at the destination customs from the departure customs. Anti-dumping duty. AD. It is an additional customs duty applied to goods belonging to certain countries of origin in case of import. It provides protection against goods brought at prices lower than the market value significantly. It is collected in addition to and independently of other taxes, to which the imported goods are subjected. Harmonized system. It is the goods identification and coding system named as Harmonized System, or HS. It was developed by the World Customs Organization, WCO. It contains approximately 5,000 product groups, which each of them is identified by a 6-digit code. The holder of the procedure. The person who submits the goods to the common transit procedure, personally or through his authorized representative. ATR. Associate Trade Agreement. The EU-Turkey Joint Trade Agreement, ATR, is a special agreement, which is applied mainly to the industrial goods. CMR, Convention Marchandise Routier. It is a contract, which determines the responsibilities of the haulier, by standardizing the conditions in international road transport. CVDs, Countervailing Duties. CVDs, which are also known as the anti-subsidy duties, are import duties imposed under the rules of World Trade Organization, WTO, to offset the negative effects of subsidies. Packing list. Complete list of cargo sent in a shipment. Customs and border officials need a wait list to be able to find faster the cargo they want to check. Inward processing. It is a customs procedure, which allows the processing of the raw materials or semi-finished goods imported by the manufacturers in the EU to re-export them, without the need to pay customs duty and VAT. World Customs Organization. It is an international organization established to ensure and improve the effective and efficient operation of the national customs administrations. The headquarters of the organization is in Brussels. It represents 184 customs offices, which manage approximately 98% of the world trade. Economic Operator Registration and Identification Number, EORI, and EU Registration and Identification Number for companies, which carry out the importation or exportation of the goods into or out of the EU. Safety and Security. It is the information category, which must be provided in the transit declarations for the EU entry customs to carry out risk control under the Common Transit Customs Procedure. In international trade, both the safety and the security are directly linked to the threats, which can be defined as direct or indirect destructive effects on traders or goods. In general, threats may be classified as political, military, economic, social, and environmental. Today, the main threat against the international trade is the illegal intentional human activity, including terrorist attacks, organized mafia activities, illegal arms trafficking, smuggling and theft. ENS Declaration. Entry Summary Declaration. An entry summary declaration must be submitted for goods imported directly into the EU customs territory from countries outside the Union. The declaration must include all goods in transport mode. The entry summary declaration is used to submit safety and security data, which is mandatory for all modes of transport in the EU, in advance. The data on the declaration is used to conduct an electronic risk analysis related to safety and security. Turkey also conducts the same procedure. to subject the goods to risk analysis in terms of safety and security. The general information regarding the carrier and goods are provided and submitted electronically before the goods arrive at the Turkish Customs Office of Entry. Transit Concepts Part 2. HS Code. It is the Harmonized Goods Definition and Coding System, which has been put into force on January 1, 1958, to establish a standard for the classification of the goods subject to international trade within the World Customs Organization and forms the basis of the national tariff schedules of the member countries of the organization. It is used to fill in customs declarations, to check whether there is customs duty or VAT to be paid or not, and to learn the tax deductions. Its name is GTIP in Turkey, shortly, Commodity Code, in England, and HS Code, in continental Europe. Invoice. A commercial document issued by the seller for the buyer in relation with the sales for the products or services provided by the seller to the buyer. Freight forwarder. Transportation organizer. Companies, which organize international freight transport, even though they do not have their own truck fleet. Consignor. The person or the company, which sends the goods transported under the customs transit procedure, exporter. GRN. Guarantee Reference Number. It is the number assigned to the letters of guarantee obtained from financial institutions, such as the insurance companies or banks, by the person or companies who are the holders of the procedure. The taxes imposed on the goods transported within the scope of the transit procedure are guaranteed by the letter of guarantee containing the GRN number, before the transportation commences. Customs clearance. It is a documented transit permit issued by a national customs administration for the entry of imported goods into the country or for the exported goods to leave the country. These transactions are usually carried out by customs brokers and all applicable customs duties are paid within this scope. A building or a safe area, where goods subject to customs duty or export goods, where permitted, may be stored and subject to the production operations without paying customs duty. Customs intermediary. It is the name given to all intermediaries such as customs consultancies, customs brokers, freight forwarders, which assist in the declaration and transportation of the goods of exporters and importers in international trade. Customs intermediary includes services such as preparation of shipping and exportation documents, storing, reservation of cargo space, freight charge negotiation, and freight consolidation. Customs declaration. An official document, paper or electronic, which lists and details the imported or exported goods. The customs declaration is the action by which a company states its desire to legally submit the goods to the customs procedure. Customs brokerage. It is the company having expertise in the preparation of export or import documents, including customs tariffs and customs laws, rules and regulations regarding the completion of transactions of imported or exported commercial goods at the customs offices, and calculation and payment of taxes. Customs duty. It is the tax levied on imported goods. Customs duty is used to increase revenue and or protect domestic industries from subsidized competitors abroad. Route. It is the route which the goods transported under the customs transit procedure shall follow from the departure customs office until reaching the destination customs office. Customs Office of Departure. It is the customs office, where the declaration for submitting the goods to the transit procedure is accepted. Outward processing. It is a customs procedure, which allows traders in the EU to temporarily export goods in free circulation in the EU customs territory for processing, repair in a country outside the EU, and then to claim full or partial tax relief when these processed. A document issued for merchandise transported by international airline companies and is a proof of the contract of transportation, but it is not a proof of ownership of the goods. Exportation. Sending a product produced in one country to be sold to a buyer in another country is called export. The seller of such goods and services is the exporter. The foreign buyer is the importer. Transit Concepts Part 3. Authorized consignor. It is the person who is allowed to carry out the transit transactions without presenting the goods to be transported under the common transit procedure in the relevant transit declaration to the Departure Customs Office. Authorized consignee. It is the person who is allowed to receive the goods to be transported under the common transit procedure and the relevant transit declaration at its own premises or at another designated place, without presenting it to the customs office of destination. Comprehensive guarantee. It is the agreement concluded between the holder of the procedure and financial institutions to guarantee the payment of customs duties imposed on the goods to be transported under the common transit procedure. VAT. Value-added tax is a general, broad-based consumption tax, which is calculated over the value added to goods and services. Control result. It is notification of the results of the control conducted by the Destination Customs Office to the Departure Customs Office via a message through the NCTS system, when the goods transported under the Common Transit Procedure arrive at the destination customs. Logistics. It is the service of planning, implementing, transporting, storing, and controlling the movement of tradable products, services and information flow within the supply chain, from the starting point to the last location, where it is consumed, in an effective and efficient manner. LRN, Local Reference Number. It is the registration number given by the system automatically to the draft transit declaration created by the holder of the procedure in the light of the information on the goods to be transported under the Common Transit Procedure. Origin. It is the economic nationality of the goods subject to foreign trade. Rules of origin. They are the rules of the World Trade Organization used to show the country of origin of a product for international trade purposes, when there is not any free trade agreement concluded between the relevant countries. MRN, Movement Reference Number. It is the registration number given by the Departure Customs Office, indicating that the goods are allowed to be consigned with this transit declaration raised for the goods to under the Common Transit Procedure, after the safety and security verification of the data in the transit declaration with the LRN number. Freight. The fee charged for the goods transported collectively by truck, train, ship or plane. NCTS, New Computerized Transit System. It is the system enabling the transactions to be carried out electronically, to accelerate and simplify the transit transactions, which is the purpose of the Common Transit Procedure. Common Transit Procedure. It is a customs procedure, which enables the customs duty to be paid in the country of destination when tradable goods are transported between the EU and the common transit countries or among the common transit countries. The difference from national transit is that the goods pass through at least one foreign country border. It enables that the customs duty, excise duty, VAT and other duties on the goods during the transportation from the Departure Customs Office to the Destination Customs Office are suspended through the guarantee mechanism. Excise duty. A tax levied in addition to the customs duty, which must be paid for certain types of goods, covering alcohol, tobacco, and some energy products. Partial transport. It is the logistics of transporting goods, products, or cargoes of different buyers on the same transport route with the same transport vehicle. Transit Concepts Part 4. RORO. It represents the abbreviations of the words roll on and roll off. RORO transportation refers to the transportation of logistics vehicles from one place to another via vessels. While the vessels carrying these loads are called RORO ships, this type of transportation is also called RORO transportation. Ferries have been primarily effective in the emergence of this mode of transportation. ROLA. ROLA transportation, namely rolling road transportation, Rollende Landstrasse, is the combined transportation method, which ends when the cargoes that are started to be transported by road transportation are then loaded on wagons and transported by rail over long distances at a more affordable cost, and then continue the road again. Free circulation. Goods produced in the EU or imported into an EU country enter free circulation after payment of the import duty imposed on them. After the relevant import formalities are completed and the customs duty is paid, the goods are in free circulation. Import goods in free circulation may be sold within the EU like any product manufactured in the EU. Guarantee. It is the guarantee of the taxes and duties imposed on the goods, before the start of the transit movement, in case the goods to be transported under the common transit procedure are lost or smuggled within the borders of any country that is a member of the common transit system and sold in the market without paying the relevant customs duties and other taxes. Customs Office of Guarantee. It is the administration designated by the competent authorities in each country for the guarantors and holders of the procedures to submit their guarantee letters which will be used under the common transit procedure. Community transit. The customs procedure, which ensures that the goods are transported from one point to another within the EU, without passing through the territories of a non-EU country. Customs Office of Transit. It is a customs office located at the point of entry or exit of the EU. It is defined as the customs office of entry to a contracting party, member of the CTC, or, if the border of a third country shall be crossed, then it is defined as the exit authority from the contracting party. It should be noted that the countries that constitute the European Union are regarded as single contracting party. Transit Accompanying Document. It is the document, which contains the transit declaration information and is printed out on A4 by the officer at the Departure Customs Office to accompany the goods during transportation. National Transit Procedure. It is the type of transit procedure, where the customs offices of departure and destination for the transported goods are within the same country and this country is not a member of the EU. International Commercial Terms, Incoterms. These are the standard delivery methods, which regulate the facts that who bears the responsibility for transportation costs and risks while the goods move between the exporter and the importer in international trade. It was established by the International Chamber of Commerce, ICC, in 1936. Arrival Notification. It is the notification of the information that the goods transported under the Common Transit Procedure have arrived at the Destination Customs Office, by the Destination Customs Office to the Departure Customs Office via a message entered the NCTS system. Customs Office of Destination. It is the customs office, where the goods under transit must be submitted for the finalization of the transit procedure. Authorized Economic Operator, AEO, it is an international status, which provides certain conveniences and privileges in customs procedures to reliable companies that fulfill their customs obligations, have a regular and traceable registration system, have financial competence, safety and security standards, and can perform their own self-control.